Hi everybody, and welcome to the weekend edition of Curly and Creative with Mrs. J. It was meant to be the Thursday edition, and then the Friday edition, and then it turned into the weekend edition, so I hope that you enjoy it. It's been a few days coming. I've been a little bit busy doing online lessons and getting some different things done for our school yearbook, so it just kept getting put off. So I apologize about that, but I'm here now and we're ready to go. Today I'm going to show you how to create a really cool hanging sculpture called a mobile. And a few days ago we learned about Alexander Calder, and Alexander Calder created those stables, so those pieces that we kind of balanced and stood up. And today we're going to create a hanging piece called a mobile. And you might know of a mobile from something that might hang over a baby's crib to kind of occupy them or keep their attention. But we are going to create a mobile, and the best part about this is it has so many different options that it can go so many different ways that you might want to create more than one. So I'm going to show you how to do this. I'm going to say gather up your supplies. You'll need some scissors, some type of a string. It doesn't really matter what kind, or a pipe cleaner. A type of a stick. It could be straws. It could be 2 sticks that you find outside. It could be chopsticks from takeout. It can be 2 little wooden skewers, anything that you can find that you can make like a cross with. And you will need 2. And then we're going to need some, let's see, some paper to cut with, maybe the inside of that cereal box or snack box that you had, to cut some shapes out of to balance and hang on our crossbar that we're going to hang from. So let's get started. So if you've gathered up your supplies, you will notice I've got everything all in one area here. So I've got some different options that you could use for string, some embroidery floss. I've got some twine. If you don't have something to tie with, you could also use a pipe cleaner. You can use thread to attach your pieces. And then, like I told you before, you're going to need that piece that will make a cross like this. And you can attach those together in a couple of different ways. One, you could use some tape. I have some colored tape. You could use masking tape. And you are going to make an X. Now don't press this down hard because you're going to want to wrap it around. So I'm going to put an X here, or a diagonal line here, and a diagonal line here. Okay? I'm going to lift these pieces up. Try and hold them still because you saw what happened. Hold those still. Okay, get them where you kind of want them at. And then we're going to wrap these pieces behind and around to secure these sticks together in that X or cross pattern. This is going to be the part that we hang our string from and our pieces. So you can see I just kind of wrapped it around. You can also do that with string. So you can take a piece of string, okay, and you can start here at the diagonal. So here, so you're going to hold your string when you pick this up, and you're going to go at a diagonal, and then you're going to go behind. Okay, see how it's making that X? And then you can go behind this way to secure that. And then once you've done that, you're going to tie a little knot so that it doesn't unravel or come apart. Some of you younger guys, it'll be good for you to practice tying, since I will tell you, I have not been running around in shoes all over my house, so there has not been a lot of shoe tying going on. And that's a really important skill for those younger years, so that we're not hearing that, "Can you tie my shoe?" all the time. Okay, so here I've got my cross piece. And the next step that you're going to do is you're going to take some paper. It could be computer paper. It could be leftover scrapbook paper, some construction paper. This is the butter container cardboard that I flattened out and turned into a design. Same with this piece. So you're going to make 4 different pieces, one for each area. you want the two pieces to be about the same size so that they're not tipping your top part, your cross part. Okay, so I've got two, they're about the same size. I put some designs on one side and the other side has the butter logo on there. So it's a nice recycled piece. Once you have your designs and you've made your side, on one side it has some pattern, on this side I used a marker. Once you have your pieces cut out, and you can make whatever shape you want. I tried to make some more organic shapes, things that weren't necessarily looking like anything in particular. And then you can use a pencil. I have a little needle and thread here, so I'm just going to poke through with my string or my thread. Okay, and then you're going to have to tie a knot. Be careful not to poke your hole too close to the edge because you don't want your piece to rip. So you're going to poke your hole and use whatever string you have. Tie a knot here. You could make some rainbows and clouds and rain. You could do flowers. You could do little emoji faces to hang on here. There's so many different things that you could do. Don't be stuck on what I am doing. Make sure you use your own imagination. So you're going to get your 4 pieces. You're going to poke your hole and tie your string. And then we're going to put it all together by tying each individual string to the sides. And then I'll do one in the middle so that it can hang. Also, something cool that you could do is you could take a toilet paper tube. You could do that, and you could put your string and poke a hole. Maybe. Watch your fingers if you're poking. Put your hole through here with your thread and tie it, and then you've got a kind of a dimensional shape here. Remember to do your designs before you hang this up because it's going to become a little bit more difficult. And I'm going to just kind of show a diagonal line here because the cardboard had a natural line in it when it came together. And keep in mind, you want to try and do both sides because when you have a sculpture, you can see all the different parts of it. So since you can see the back, or because these strings might move, which was a big deal with Alexander Calder's art, it was kinetic, which means moving. And he liked how it would shift around and move. So you want to make sure you do both sides. So as this twirls, if it catches a breeze, you're getting a design on both sides. So I'm going to put this all together. I'm going to show you what it looks like. And then you're going to be on your own to create something fantastic. So here we go. Here's my mobile. I attached a piece of a pipe cleaner to the top. And you can see that I have 2 similar shapes on one side, and then I use these pieces of the toilet paper tube on the other side. I tried to keep mine pretty simple so that it looked like something that you could easily do. I didn't want to get too complicated and make it super fancy because then people get a little intimidated and they think to themselves, oh, I can't do that. So I want you to be able to go and make something, hang it in your room, or you can put it maybe by the window. It's about the time that you're going to have those windows open so it can catch a little bit of the breeze and maybe move around a little bit. You can see how as I move it, it swings and turns. So a mobile is a really fun thing to create, and there's so many different options. So I hope you take some time to get creative this weekend and make a fun art.
Hey, psst, psst, over here. Over here, it's me. Yes, it's the dog. It's the dog talking. I wanted to tell you a few things before you turned off this video that my mommy forgot to tell you. A few things about our artist, Alexander Calder. He was born in 1898 and he died in 1976. And he was what's called a sculptor. And he was best known for his mobiles and his stables. So I wanted you to know that. And he was born in Pennsylvania. So isn't that some cool stuff? So you can go now. Go ahead. Go ahead, you can go. Bye. Have a good day.